What? Yeah, there we go. Fight. Hey. Whoa, look out, son.
Feisty.
Right, feisty one you are. He's inhaled that.
So we're going to do the morning on the lures, and then at lunchtime the plan is to swap over and fish more static approach with dead baits. Get him in that net, lad.
He is now.
He's in the net, yes.
Well done, mate.
Wow. Awesome.
Nice.
Plan has paid off nicely. So, welcome to episode 4 of the Predator Tour with myself and Matt Rand. We weren't really sure if we were going to do any this season, but we've been convinced to go out and at least have one day at it. So here we are. We've been fishing about 15 minutes. Matt's had a really small, I don't even know if you call it a jack.
It was a lovely pike.
It's about the size of the lure he's chucking out, but it's a nice start to the day. We're on a big complex of gravel pits in Cambridgeshire that are run as a multi-species syndicate. There's 8 lakes to pick from, and we're going to concentrate probably on one of those lakes today. We might move on to one of the other ones, but we're on the biggest lake currently at the moment, which is probably somewhere between 30 and 40 acres. It's ginging clear, typical gravel pit, lots of weed, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. The plan is to start the morning on lures, which isn't really my cup of tea, but Matt's mad for it, as you all know. So we're going to do the morning on the lures, and then at lunchtime the plan is to swap over and fish more static approach with dead baits. Whether or not I can actually convince Matt to follow the plan, because we all know how erratic he is and wants to run around with a lure all day, that's to be seen. But that's the plan that we're going to start off with anyway. So we're going to get casting, see if we can catch one of these beautiful Cambridgeshire pike.
We'll give you some time to get your flask out later, mate, don't you worry. So the lake today is absolutely crystal clear. We do not know really what sort of prey fish are in here, but these crystal clear gravel pits, generally there's a lot of tench and a lot of small pike. So I'm actually starting on the pike 14 centimetre sweeper. Now this bait has done me a lot of good fish in the past, and I've already had a very, very small pike, not much bigger than this lure. And to be honest with you, that's exactly what I'm expecting any big pike in here to be eating. So this is probably a good starting choice. I've just had another fish follow, and Lew's just started on the 18 centimetre ultra realistic perch replicant. Now, the perch replicant's been his favourite in the past, and hopefully the new one's going to get him a few good takes as well. But we're going to keep casting, moving around the lake. The weather's actually quite nice. It's been flat calm for a period of time now. There's been no weather at all really, and the fishing all around the country has been generally quite difficult. But hopefully with a little bit of breeze on the water, we'll see a few fish moving. But we'll have a few casts, a few swims, see how we get on. How are we getting on? Nearly.
Come on, Lewis, you have a go in this swim. No, two cart. Oh, that's
well,
your fault.
this is why I came over here. Someone's got to make the most of a swim.
That's your fault.
No pruning. It's in the rules. I must admit, it still doesn't feel an amazing day for deadbait, but
here he is, trying to get out of deadbaiting already.
that was a fish.
Yeah?
Yeah. Honestly, not a hit at all. It just nosed it. Really, really gently.
I get excited when I reel through weed as well.
Look, oh, he's coming for it.
Oh,
Lew,
hang on.
gotta watch.
It's all right, I can still see him. Here we go.
But oh, there he is. You followed it right to the bank again. I think it's the same fish, just he's not overly interested. He's just having a little nose at the baits. Oh, go on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Fight.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa, look out, son.
Feisty.
Right, feisty one you are. Whoa.
His head's gone. His head's gone. His head's
Oh,
gone.
God. I'm not used to catching such
His
fish.
head's gone.
Right. Happy days. Well, this fish has been following and swiping at the lure very gently for ages. And he's just come up this shallow shelf and finally taken it. Lew, would you do me the honours and pass me a pair of pliers, mate, please? Look how organised you are. Just so happens, in his pocket. Cheers, mate. But yeah, I think this pike, he's been following quite a few times now. But as we said, these pike are quite likely eating the pike. And that definitely seems the way at the moment. It's luckily, Lew, I brought another one of these sweepers as well, just in case this was going to be the lure of choice for the day. But stunning little gravel pit pike.
Well done.
Nice.
Better take a steal of that one, Sam, just in case.
Hopefully there'll be more to come. But lovely little fish.
Great colours.
Yeah. Split fin, gash down the side. Another big pike's had hold of this one. No doubt he'll catch that one. So me and Lew have just separated now, just purely because we've kind of set ourselves a bit of a tall order really. We're going to lure fish in the morning and then dead bait in the afternoon. But we don't know anything about this lake, where the pike are, what prey fish there are. We know it's really weedy. It's a completely natural gravel pit. But to try and fit everything in one day on a water this size is really, really difficult. Not to mention, we know there's other lakes on site as well which have got potential for pike, and we're quite tempted to go look at them as well. But if we're going to do lures and deadbait, we need to really work this lake quite quickly. I'm not going to be changing lures too much, purely because I've already had action on, oh, that was a duck, already had action on this lure. So I will keep trying a few different lures every now and then, just to see, but I'm quite confident in the lure which is working now. Anyone who's watched any of our videos in the past will know I'm quite smitten with the old 14 centimetre sweeper. It's always been a lure which has done me proud, always caught me a lot of fish, but it's most normally due to the waters I fish. They're always crystal clear, the prey fish stocks are usually quite low, and when you've got waters like that, pike eat pike, and this lure is just the perfect lure for that. But like I say, we've separated now. Lew's casting in another swim. He's fishing slightly different lures. I think he's back on the realistic perch replicant now. And we're just going to keep casting. Not too many casts on each swim. Just try and work each swim as much as we can. The frustrating thing is every one of these swims is rush lined, but the rushes come out quite a way, so you can't cast down them. And you know straight away, if you could cast down these rushes, that's where a lot of these pike would be holding. Maybe more jacks, but we'd probably be getting more action if we could cast straight down the rush line. But stands to reason, as on a lot of these big gravel pits, a lot of these big fish do hold out a little bit further. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but we're just going to keep casting, and hopefully before long we've got something to go on.
Mate, that was a good one. Yeah. One again.
Yeah,
here we go. Fish on, fish on.
Little one. He's inhaled that. Tail, is he going to tail walk? Not got it in him. All right, there you go. Quick change of lure.
Instant.
Instant. There you go. A little realistic roach. Just been casting the sweeper. Absolutely nothing. Well, had a bite on the sweeper and then it went quiet. And then it went quiet, but there we go. Lovely colours, aren't they?
Beautiful.
Awesome colours. Lovely fish, that. But yeah, obviously we're after something a little bit bigger, but it's nice just to get some sport today. It's been very quiet, so we'll get that one back. So on all of our ultra realistic replicants we do for roach, for perch and the pike, every one of them comes fitted with this small loop just on the chin of a bait. Now the idea behind that is you can add extra weights so you can customise the diving depth. As standard, they're all relatively shallow running, but where we're fishing right now, I'm fishing it quite comfortably, quite slowly without picking up any weed. What I've got here is one of our new tungsten weights. This is a 5 gram, this is the smallest. So what I do here, just clip that on, as simple as that, and now I'll be able to fish that bait, still slowly, but it'll fish a bit deeper. I may end up picking up some weed, but if I don't, at least I know I'm fishing the bait a little bit deeper, maybe closer to some of them pike which aren't willing to come to the surface.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yep, it's taking
Nice,
on.
mate. Well done. What's that on?
Mackerel, popped up mackerel.
Is it a popped up mackerel?
Right.
Right,
We've just
come
got
on,
to
Lew.
pick up.
Let me get the net ready.
Yep, fish on.
Fish on. Good man.
Oh, it's really shaking its head. Don't think it's the biggest. I can feel the lead bouncing around. Got 4 ounce lead. It's gone into some weed now.
How's it feel?
Small, I think it's shaky. It's very shaky. I can feel
Is
the
it?
lead on the boot. It's on a ledger stem, that one, isn't it? It's bouncing around a bit.
It's quite a long. How far out was it?
50 yards or so. It's going into a big weed bed at the minute. Unfortunately.
Well, we'll have the net set up anyway, just in case,
You
mate.
could see on the bait boat, on the echo sounder, we were going over the top of a big weed bed, and then as it dropped into deep water, it looked a good spot. little light weed on it, so we fished it popped up. But it feels big now because it's got a lot of weed around it, but
Yeah.
I can just imagine that I'm connected to something monstrous. But
Mate, it's a bite.
didn't take long. We've ended up lure fishing a bit earlier than we've ended up lure fishing a bit longer in the day than we planned. We originally were going to just work 1 or 2 lakes. We ended up going right down the whole complex. There's a chain of 8 lakes, I think there is, and we got to the final lake out of the 8.
It's kiting.
Matt had a couple of hits, I had a couple of hits, Matt landed one. Just need to watch this other rod.
Yeah, it's kiting a bit. I don't think it's got too much weed on it now.
Yeah, so we had some action on this lake, so we decided to put the dead baits here. Completely wasn't part of the plan at the start of the day, but that's fishing. You just got to move with what you see. And yeah, so it was about 2 o'clock, 2:30 by the time we actually got the
It's a decent fish.
decent one.
Decent one.
Yeah, 2:30 by the time we've actually put dead baits out. So the lunchtime kind of plans out the window. But again, now we've got a bite. It's
That didn't have a lot of weed on it at all, I don't think,
no,
mate.
it feels good though. Nice fish, I think.
Happy days.
Really twitchy bite though. We just saw the tip knock. The drop off didn't come off. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. That.
Yeah, it's a nice one, mate. It's definitely a nice double.
Here we go. I'm just walking back here because
Oh, the mackerel's hanging in its mouth. Can see the pop-up balls just coming out of the mackerel as well.
right. Hopefully
He's nearly ready, mate.
we can steer him in. Get him in that net, Matt.
Oh, he's not ready, mate.
Get him in that net, lad.
He is now.
He's in the net. Yes.
Well done, mate.
Wow. Awesome.
Nice.
Plan has paid off nicely. We did what we said we were going to do in terms of the lure fishing, trying to locate some fish. This is the one part of the whole complex that we've visited around today where we got multiple hits on the lures. Most of them we missed. They were being a bit finicky. Matt did manage to catch one. We've put the dead baits out and I think that's been out 10 minutes and it's gone.
Not been long. We were going to do an intro, weren't we? And let everyone know what we've been doing. And all of a
And
sudden, that's gone.
That's gone. Mackerel popped up. We'll talk about that a bit more detail. Let's sort the fish out first, most important thing.
Cool. Yeah, grab the unhooking mat, mate. Done, mate.
Well, he's not the cleanest of fish, this one. I think he's got a few stories to tell, but he's a fish, and that's what we came here for. Shows that the tactics are working. There's still time for another chance yet, I think.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Well, and that was right just outside of all the weed, wasn't it?
Yeah,
on the popped up mackerel.
About 50, 60 yards just on the other side of the weed bed as it dropped into like 10 foot.
That wasn't popped fully up, was it? That was only popped up off its tail. That one, so that would have been...
It was quite a clean bottom on the Echo
Yeah.
Sounder. Right, anyway, I'm going to get her back. It's been out long
yeah,
enough.
well done, mate.
Happy days.
So Lew's now getting his bait back out again after catching that pike a second ago. So it's been a good start with the dead bait rods. One thing we have noticed today is lure fishing around the lake. We've had quite a few small pike coming in following the lures. And when I say small, I mean we have actually, I've probably seen about 6 fish like this sort of size now. As well as we've caught a couple around 3 or 4 pound mark and seen another couple with similar size. But obviously Lew's bait boated that bait out quite a long way into deeper water, into a clear spot, and that seems to be perhaps where these bigger fish are lurking. My game plan originally was I was going to fish some floats. I've had my floats working out there for a little while, but I can't not go on what I've just seen what Lew's done. He's dropped his baits further out, so I've actually set up another ledger rod and I'm going to be clipping on a pop-up and putting a bait out there as well. We've not got a lot longer left, but I've got to give it a go. Bait doesn't have to be in the place for very long to get a result. So what I've got here, once again, is just for mackerel on the small elasticated pop-up link. Then on the trace, the loop, I've shown this before on a video. We'll put a link underneath so you guys can see, but clips onto the little loop on the trace, and then put that sleeve just over the top there. These clips, that it'll never come undone, but I mean it can always be worth just putting a bit of silicone over that just in case. And then on the opposite side, nick the trebles in, nick the other treble in, and then that's ready to go. And on the pop-up weight, that'll just sit there just off its tail. So I'm going to get that one clipped onto the main line, and as soon as Lew's finished with the bait boat, I'm going to get this one put out as well. At least then we'll have 3 rods out at range, and I'll continue to play around with one close in the margins on a float, probably suspended as well. There's a lot of weed close in, so rather than try and just randomly cast a float bait into the weed, I will just put it straight out there, about 2 foot off the weed, 6 foot down, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, the light levels are dropping quite a lot now. We haven't got a lot of time left.
But we're in the witching hour.
We are, mate, we are. And we can't pack up yet. This is one of the best times.
Nice to see that you semi had a go at deadbait fishing.
I've got one alarm next to us, so I'm going
out casting lures.
deadbait and lures. Just had another hit a minute ago, admittedly another very small fish, but you never know, like we say, it's the right time of night now, so yeah. Be interesting to see if something turns up. I think there's a good chance one of these ledger rods is still going to go, but
the day just goes quick, doesn't it? Doesn't seem 5 minutes that we were starting out the day, and
to be fair, we've tried to fit in a lot today.
Well, yeah.
Really. I mean, there's 8 lakes in this complex.
You've cast a lure in 6 of them.
Yeah, and we've done half a day lure fishing, half a day bait fishing.
Wow.
So
2 hours of bait fishing.
Yeah, all right.
Lure fishing took a little bit longer, but
yeah, but you took us somewhere with 8 lakes, and like the biggest one was 30 acres. It's like, I think we've done well to get round them, but it has been a little bit kind of rushed. But obviously, this area we had some fish. We come back, dead bait out, and you had a decent one.
We have no prior knowledge on this place at all. We didn't, you know, we just went with our gut instinct.
Yeah.
And
well, we went with the lure rod. The lure rod told us there was a few fish here, and
it'd be nice to come back and have another go with what we've learned.
Yeah, like I say, it's definitely been rushed, but you still had a result.
Yeah.
So
here comes the train.
There goes the train.
Loads of people on their way home, which we'll be doing shortly, but not until we've both caught one £15 plus pike each.
Yeah.
That's my prediction for the next 15 minutes.
Do you bring a bivvy?
It'll happen. Positive. Manifest it.
No, it looks good. Looks good. But anyway, regardless, like you say, it'd be nice to come back again, because we've learnt a lot in the rapid fire session we've had flying around all of these lakes. I mean, this lake, amazingly, this doesn't look anywhere near as clear as the others, but this is crystal clear.
It's crystal clear.
But the others,
yeah, the others
are like tap
What's
water.
Up from crystal clear? Gin clear? Is gin clearer than crystal? Probably.
I don't know which one's which,
yeah.
But they're very clear.
Yeah. I think your head wouldn't be as clear after a night on the crystal meth as it would be a night in the gin.
Probably not. But yeah, it's an amazing venue, and the pike are obviously really nice looking, like nice colours on them.
Anyway, as much fun as it is watching you cast a lure, I'm just going to go and find my flask.
Yeah, you go sit down and take the weight off, mate. I'm just gonna carry on until we're done.